Hi, this is Jithesh Sathyan. WhatsApp number +91 9656611 829. This is just my point of view in response to the query on Ganapati, which was relating to is he married, is he the eldest son of Shiva and Parvati? So, in Ganesha Purana, there are stories of four incarnations of Ganesha. And in Mudgala Purana, there are 32 variations of Ganesha that are listed. In the various avatars, representations, or manifestations of Lord Ganesha shown in Puranas, there is difference in the number of arms, what is held in the arms, the complexion of Ganesha, the number of wives, the vehicle Ganesha rides on, the direction of trunk within the head, and many other differences to ensure that the properties of each manifestation is distinct and intended for a specific purpose. So the iconography of each Ganesha is thus clearly in line with the context associated to the cosmic energy the specific Ganesha avatar represents, or to invoke a specific set of qualities in the devotee. Ganesha is mostly associated to removing of obstacles, and devotees have even created new variations of Ganesha. Uh, for example, in removing obstacles in specific tasks like Visa Ganapati and Cricket Ganapati, being recent additions in India, which does not have any scriptural support. So the number of wives that Ganesha has varies based on the specific representation of Ganesha. Lakshmi Ganapati is represented with two wives, Siddhi corresponding to achievement or accomplishment, and Buddhi, which corresponds to wisdom. While many variations of Ganesha like Vigna Ganapati or Bala Ganapati are represented without any wives. It is also important to note that several variations like Shakti Ganapati, Uchishta Ganapati, Urthva Ganapati, and Vara Ganapati have Ganapati represented with only one wife. So each representation will have a background on what is to be achieved by worshipping the specific Ganapati representation and the steps of worship which drives the specific iconography. In Shiva Mahabhurana, Ganesha marries Riddhi, corresponding to wealth, and Siddhi, which is achievement. It is quite obvious to find that Ganesha's son with Riddhi is Kshema, which means prosperity, and his son with Siddhi is Labh or gain. So, with wealth comes prosperity, and the more achievement a person gets, the more he gains in the field of achievement. This again is another instance of how cleverly the wives of Ganesha and his son are named to convey a message and the underlying upasana for specific results. So, based on the representation and the message to be conveyed, Ganesha might be shown as a bachelor, maybe shown with one wife, or maybe represented with more than one wife. Same rule applies to who is elder, Ganesha or Kartikeya, as the order varies in different Puranas. Scriptural support can be given to show Kartikeya is elder in some instances, while the contrary is true in some other scriptures. There is also a reference to Moola Ganapati in few Shaktiya Puranas, where Moola Ganapati appears along with Parashakti even before creation of Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. Now let us also mention about um, death and birth, or creation and dissolution of Ganesha. Yes, anything that is created also undergoes the cycle of destruction. This is true both from the perspective of physical body and in the cosmic sense. In the Brahmanda Purana, there is a reference to different types of pralaya or dissolutions associated to the individual sense. And in Vishnu Purana, there is dissolution which is discussed from a cosmic sense. In Brahmanda Purana, while detailing Kama Pralaya associated to goddess Lalita, even the Trinity Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva is shown as entering the sacrificial fire. So, in this text, Brahmanda Purana, Shiva is described as entering the sacrificial fire accompanied by his near and dear ones, including Ganesha, whose name is called out. After the pralaya or dissolution, the inhabitants of the three worlds are recreated, including Ganesha. Even if we take the story of birth of Ganesha, which is the most popular one, we see that the boy created by Parvati is getting killed and then being reborn with the elephant head. So there are multiple instances on the birth and death of Ganesha, but the energy forms that Ganesha represents in the cosmic energy sense, identified by a set of characteristics and functions, always remains in nature or is always reborn after dissolution, both in ourself as well as in the cosmos. There are also variations on birth of Ganesha. In Shiva Mahabhurana, before the story of Ganesha is narrated, Narada wants to listen to the tales of Ganesha and requests Brahma to narrate the story of Ganesha's birth. Brahma says that there are various Ganeshas in different kalpas, corresponding to periods of time. And the specific story which is detailed there corresponds to Ganesha in Shweta Kalpa. There are 30 kalpas listed in Matsya Purana and around 33 listed in Vayu Purana. Also, it is interesting to note that all births of Ganesha are not linked to Shiva and Parvati. We also have Ganesha avatars born for sage Kashyapa and his wife Aditi. In Brahmanda Purana, goddess Lalita creates Ganesha to remove obstacles in her war with Pandasura. In short, the symbolizations of Ganesha comes up in multiple sacred texts. Each story relating to his birth will have a background and meaning. The meaning that blends well with the concept explained in the story, the upasana, and the associated benefits. The story coming up in the Mahatmya Kandam, the underlying philosophy in Jnana Kandam, and the practice discussed in Charya or Karma Kandam. This is just my point of view as requested by one of the members. Thanks for listening.